Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of Around the Arena. I'm Cody, and this is Sam, and you're watching the Final Central. Anyways, just to get into it, we have a very special announcement. We are official, big ol' official right there, Embark creators. It has a nice little ring to it, doesn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it does. We're kind of a big deal now.
Yeah, put
arguably.
that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, in fact. I mean, we've plastered it all over social media at this point.
Yeah. Dude, I already held a town hall meeting. It was sick.
Yeah, we became Embark creators officially. We talked about it on the last pod, I believe, what the Embark creator program is. You have creators and then partners. We qualified for the creator tier, which is the lower tier, which is great for us. I mean, we're still a newer channel. We have over 3,000 subscribers. We've got over 100 followers on Twitch at this point, and we're happy. I mean, this is an awesome opportunity for us. We're gaining access to like early access things, some giveaways, multi-bucks, things like that. So, and it's just another thing for us to work towards.
Yeah, I agree. I always like having something to look forward to, because when you're always at the top, you know, it gets heavy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Anyways, just to bring it up real quick before we get into the actual pod, we do have a Discord, and it is currently at, I want to get the exact number real quick, 320 users. That's quite a lot. We've been grabbing so many people. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. I've lost the channel. I've just realized I can't even see how many we have. But yeah, we broke over 300 last week and brought on 2 new mods. We might have talked about this on the pod. If not, we brought on Utopian and Vicky to help us out with moderation and things. We're very happy to have them on board. And yeah.
Yep. And then on top of that, I think you said it earlier, but yeah, we're at 3,100 subscribers, which is pretty crazy. And then 100 followers on Twitch. And then speaking of, we do have Twitters now. Sam especially is incredibly active on there. TFC 2 underscores, Sam. And then I'm just TFC underscore Cody, I think.
No, there's no underscore for you.
I have no underscore in my name? Damn,
you have
so
no
cool.
underscore.
I'm so sick.
Would you believe me if I said that TFC Sam was taken and then TFC underscore Sam was taken?
Yeah, those are my two alts.
This is crazy.
Those are my 2 alts I grabbed just in case.
Who would have thought TFC is that popular? But yeah. We are active over on Twitter. I yap a lot on there, but I'm sharing a lot of info just around the community in general, like tournaments. One of which was the Telco Cup this past weekend. It looked like a big success. Aimers took victory, things like that. So
shout out Elix.
Drop us a follow. Yeah, drop us a follow over there if you're interested in keeping up with the finals news in real time. I'm doom scrolling on there way too often now. But yeah, you're welcome to follow us. Also, real quick, something I did want to mention, because I think people have been confused by it so far. If you do happen to be in a Twitch chat for the finals, say it's a community stream from the finals channel, like with Oscar and such, and you see somebody that says TFC underscore Sam, that's me. Apparently there was confusion about that in the last community stream that Embark had. And they're like, if the Final Centrals guys are here, can you share this? And I was like, hey, I've been here. I've been chatting the whole time. It's just been crickets. But yeah, if you see me in chat, TFC underscore Sam, that's me. We do that so that if Cody is on the other account, which is the Final Central, it doesn't look like we're talking to ourselves, because it gets really awkward really, really fast when you see
I kind of like it.
2 different people talking from the same account in rapid
I kind of
fire
like
succession.
it. I think it's fun because you have to like decipher. It's really easy, but you decipher the message and you're like, it's Cody.
Yeah, you gotta like look into it. It involves extra brain power.
I think it'd be fun if we kept the bit going too, because like you could send a message and then someone would immediately, like, you'd see them look and be like, "Oh, what's up, Sam?" Like immediately they know, which would be so funny. That'd be so good. Speaking of, you know, just like streams and YouTube and all that stuff, there are some newcomers that have made some content, and one of them was extra surprising. That being Moist Critical, or Penguin Zero. If you're not familiar, very, very large creator. I think sitting around 19 million subs on YouTube. Made a finals video, and it said the most underrated FPS. So, not a light thing to say. Yeah, not a light thing to say.
Yeah, it's about time.
Also Kelsey, which we have talked about, but just give him a round of applause because that video was so good. I mean, I look at that video and I'm like, I wish I could have made. I should have made that. I should have made. I can't make it, but I should have.
We're too in the weeds now. We can't have the fresh experience that either one of them had to be able to make that kind of video anymore. But what's crazy is Charlie or Moist Critical. He put out a video on his second channel, like the gaming channel, which I don't follow. I actually don't watch a lot of Moist Critical content that often. But he made it on there and people were like, oh, this is really sick. And then he made a main channel video, which was, I mean, our Discord, like our server was blowing up about this. I saw probably 10 different people post the video in there. It was
I had
like, have you guys
5
seen this?
people DM me it. And I was like, dude, I was literally talking about this in chat. Like, you don't need to send me the link. It's like, I already saw it.
Do you know that it has over 1 million views? That video?
I know. It's insane.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Apparently the finals is also trending on SteamDB, which is a place that you can go and look at like Steam metrics. It's different than Steam charts because I think it's like updated daily, if not even faster than that, maybe hourly, in comparison to Steam charts, which just trends over the last 30 days. So, I mean, we're seeing it happen. This prediction was something that we made the moment that we started the channel. We said that as we get closer to the major, I think this game is going to take back off. I think we are going to see it rise once again, and people are going to finally appreciate it for what it is. And I'm telling you, it's like the volcano is starting to erupt. We've also seen people like Daltouche with Optic Gaming. He's played on stream. PHL rated him the other day, or a couple weeks ago now. Apparently, Asu is also played from Apex. People have seen him on stream playing. Obviously, you got Charlie now. You got Kelsey playing. Like, there's a lot of big name people that are starting to step into the space. And especially with more like esports works signing, like Envy, Alliance, etc., you're going to see a lot of people from like their creator spaces probably even at least trying out the game to help support their teams at least. So it's pretty awesome. I did write down this topic for a specific reason because you might stumble across this. You might be a newcomer and wondering who the heck are these two guys that are talking to me right now. So I wanted to give a quick introduction on who we are. I'm obviously Sam. Cody is the other one here that was talking earlier. We're on video together, but it won't be video in the video. So, but we run this channel called the Final Central, which was a channel built to basically provide information about the finals to newcomers, to existing players, to returning players, etc. We really try to cover everything from esports to casual gameplay. We host community tournaments. We host private matches typically on Friday nights, things like that. We have a pretty active Discord, like we said, with over 300 members. So if you are new to the finals and looking to find a way to get started in this game, in this awesome community, welcome to the channel. I hope you come check us out over on Discord, get connected with us. We're very active. We chat with everybody. So welcome. That's about all I have.
I will say, I feel like, I'm pretty sure, right? We've been told by a few people that we have one of the more active like finals Discords, which is kind of sick.
I've heard that we have the most from a couple people, and I'm not like tooting my own horn here, but it sounds like our Discord has a lot of just activity throughout the day at all times. I would say the only thing probably bigger is actually the finals official Discord. But if you look at like other Discord communities, they're not like active all the time 24/7. There's people pretty much in our server 24 hours at least chatting, or sending content or just yapping about whatever. So yeah, definitely come. I think at this point our Discord's become our most plugged thing on this channel, but
I love it.
Yeah, it's the best.
I knew it was the right plan. Back when we started this channel, it was so debated, and I was like, Sam, just trust me. Trust me, it'll all be worth it. And it is. It was worth it.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on. Cashout Crashout 2 behind the scenes. Cody, do you want to start us off with a rundown on what Cashout Crashout 2 was and the turmoil that we went through to make that happen?
Yeah, so it was really cool. We had this idea, we should do another community tournament. It's been a while. We kind of delayed it. We were going to do it originally, and then we moved it to a different date. And then we had this other idea. It was like, well, we've done 2 now. So why don't we throw it in a video, right? Like advertise it a little bit. We'll see what happens. So we went from having 4 teams registered to, I don't know, like 20 in like a couple hours. It was pretty I mean,
Yeah.
if you do the math, there's 3 people in a team.
Yeah.
It's a little
We
scary.
went from 12 people. We went from 12 people to like 60 total people registered. And it was on a Tuesday, which is the day that I don't sit at home in the evenings. I go to my local game store and play Magic. And I called Cody on the phone and I said, "Hey, bro, we got to figure this thing out because it's been like 4 hours and all of a sudden our participation has 5x'd itself. And there's no sign of it slowing down. So what are we going to do?" And we winded up capping it at 24, which we did fill 24 teams specifically. Um, and then, yeah, we went and chased down everybody that we hadn't heard from regarding like their actual team information. It got cut down to 16. Actually, I think it got cut down to 14. And then we lowered the cap. We dropped it from 24 back to 16 because we were like, okay, 16 matches, a lot more reasonable. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about and why I actually wrote this down is obviously we wanted to give like a recap on the event, but also I think it's useful for us to tell you about like our growing pains with putting on this event because I don't know about Cody, but I learned more than I ever wanted to learn about hosting a tournament of this size within less than a week of time. Absolutely ripping my hair out and scrambling. So obviously the enrollment increase was one thing. Another thing was we had a Google Sheet. It's a template that's been passed around through other communities for their tournaments and things like that. And we run this tournament with both cash out and final round. Final round would be easy. It's just team against team, best of 3 or whatever. You cut them, you move on. It's just a normal bracket, like whatever. But once you throw in cash out, that's where things get complicated because you got 4 teams per pod. If a team drops, you're kind of screwed. I'm gonna be honest. Like you really can't run a cash out lobby with 3 teams. It's just pretty much immediately unfair from the get go. So we had this Google sheet that we wrote. It is super organized, I would say at this point. Very tedious and down to even the stream schedule where we were gonna watch one match from each group. There were 4 total groups, each with 4 teams. So we're like, okay, we're gonna watch one match from each. Each one played 4 matches as well. Also, we had like the rosters, things like that. And then one other complication that we found, which was something that we were afraid of, I think, from the start when it comes to these community tournaments, was we originally market these as casual, more like friendly to players of all levels, things like that. We knew if we ever promote a tournament and even say if it's casual and that people are, gold, silver, maybe plat, things like that, we know that we're going to get top 500 players in there, especially if there's a prize. Like it's absolutely going to happen. And it did happen. We had at least 6 rubies, I think, register, right, Cody? Something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
So we saw them join because in our server, when you do your onboarding, you can select your rank. And so we were kind of keeping an eye on that, and we started seeing a couple rubies pop in. We're like, okay, we got to figure out a solution because if we put them in a lobby with silver to gold players, people are just not going to have fun. It's going to be an absolute stomp.
And there was so much discourse. I mean,
yeah. And the reality is, like, you can't balance that very well. So here's what I did. This is a good note, I think, if you're planning to host an event like this as the finals is ramping up in its competitive scene. There is an enhanced leaderboard. I've talked about this before in videos, streams, etc. There is a website. It's the finals enhanced leaderboard that you can go and you can put somebody's Embark ID in. You can pull that up and it shows you at least what is the current RS in the game leaderboard. That leaderboard's not updated in real time. I'm not really sure what the interval is. I think it might be every 30 minutes or something, but the caveat is people have to be within the top 10,000 players for them to show up on this leaderboard, which is, I think right now, probably plat 3, something like that.
Yeah, because I last time I checked, which was like a few days ago, I was top like 7,000 something, and I'm in plat 2. So
yeah, I'm plat 2, and I'm top like 7,800, I think, something like that. And so what I did was I did a little bit of research on the back end, found out people's Embark IDs, plugged it in, built basically a total score for every single team. If they weren't on the leaderboard, I just gave them 25,000 RS each. That's just what I went with. Basically, the team was 75,000 total. But those Ruby teams, I was able to kind of narrow down who are the strongest prospects, and then I put them in a group against each other. I don't know if that's the best idea per se, but when you're hosting a casual tournament with people of all ranks and you want to let people have at least a shot, I feel like cutting down the top teams in half is probably the best way to go about it. So that's what I did when designing the bracket, or at least the cash out group stage. Because what we did is we took two teams from each group and progressed them onto a final round bracket. So I knew if I took the 4 top teams and I stuck them in a group together, we're only going to get 2 of those out. Which, I mean, it kind of sucks if you're like the top 4 teams, I guess, and you're automatically going to get cut. But at the same time, I think it makes your games more exciting and more fun. And it also makes the rest of the tournament more fun and exciting as well. It lets people still feel like they have a chance. So that's what we did there. Anyways, the next thing was coding a bot from scratch to keep scores. So when it comes to cash out, you really have to kind of build your own custom format around it. Now, the format that we use is something that was recommended to us by Waltz and the PHL crew. It's toned down from PHL, obviously, because this is supported for like 4 games, whereas teams were playing like 32 or something throughout PHL. But essentially, it's a mixture of kill participation and placement points. So every team in a group plays a certain amount of games. We did 4 per group. And based on where you place by the end of the match, you earn a certain amount of points. And then on top of that, for a certain amount of kills, you also earn a point. So this was how we broke it down. We've done this before. I think there's no reason to change it. I feel like the scores have come out pretty good every single time. So I'd say this is a safe method to go with. So first place, 10 points. Second place, 7 points. Third, 5 points. And fourth, 4 points. That's your placement. So every map, you earn that many points based on where you place. In addition to that, for every 4 eliminations, you earn 1 point. Importantly, rounded down. So if you take your points and you divide it by 4, make sure you round it down. Don't give extra points. And that's basically it. So one of the things, though, is obviously when you're having subsequent games going on all at the same time, people are reporting scores, this becomes a lot of information to write down and keep track of. So I actually built from scratch an entire bot in Python that essentially ran the math for me. It told me the team name. It would ask for a team name, which was hooked up to a DB. And it essentially, you typed in the team name. You put in what place they finished, how many elims they got for the map. And it would keep a running total. And then after the 4th match, we would get pinged in Discord. It was posting these in real time as well in a scoring like channel in our Discord, but it would ping us after the 4th match to let us know, because we were running all the broadcasts and things like that, like, hey, these teams are done, here's the final result. And it worked out great. We had Utopian running it on the back end for us. Major kudos to him for stepping up and helping us with that, because there's no way I could have done this while also casting and while Cody was running Observer for literally 5 hours straight. We had 0 breaks the entire stream. We did a recount of the final points going into the bracket, but yeah, I mean, it was literally a 5-hour straight stream. So I might make that repository public on GitHub. If you're somebody who likes to code or wants to learn how to run it, I need to update some stuff on the documentation, but I am planning to probably make that public on my GitHub. So hopefully other people in the community can leverage that bot as well. It's super easy to run. If you have any familiarity with Python, it's a breeze. So, and then that's really it. Yeah. So go ahead, Cody.
You're good. I see the next one, which is recommendations on hosting your own tournament. And I do want to talk about this because I'm currently going through it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of resources, but they're resources that are like good at one thing, but really bad at another thing. I would love, one great thing, feature that I thought this thing had, but it doesn't. I found a solution, so it's okay. Highly recommend people just using Google Forms, by the way. If you ever want to do signups, it's really easy. Import it into a sheet and just do whatever you want to do from there. Makes your life really easy. Outside of that, though, ChurneyBot, we use PydiaBot, solid options. I wonder if there's some others out there. Biggest recommendation is start small, I think, and Sam would agree with that. and trial and error is definitely the big one. Just like run a tournament and you're going to go through every problem passively just by running it. And I think you'll just get better over time. It's kind of just like a skill. You got to practice. You're not going to be good at it immediately. It's just not something that you can just hop out and you're just great at hosting tournaments.
Yeah. To jump on that bandwagon as well, take time ahead of time as much as you can to make your life easier. If there's something you can automate, do it. Because when it goes to game time, if you're like we were running, Cody was running Observer, I was casting every single match, you're not going to have time to fix things. I mean, and if you do, that means pausing your stream or
also running a stream, talking to everyone, getting the matches set up. Yeah, it's a lot.
So, if you have any time at all, like the week leading up or even more, automate, and then make sure you keep those things around so you can reuse them in the future. That is, I mean, building that bot literally took me probably, I don't know, 6-7 hours to fully build out. But I can tell you it saved, I mean, a ridiculous amount of time. And now it's available. I can use it for any other tournament. The same with our Google Sheet. We really took the extra time to document every little thing that we thought was necessary in that sheet. And now it's great because we just clear it out. We leave all the setup though, and then we just run our next tournament. So take the extra time to get yourself organized, especially if you're running Cashout. I can't stress to you enough how much of a headache Cashout becomes. I think every tournament should have Cashout. Cashout is an amazing mode. I think it's what makes the finals the finals. But oh my God, trying to organize it by yourself is a time. And to what Cody is talking about with like Discord bots and things like that, there are a ton of tournament bots. And the problem is they all support either Battle Royale or standard bracket stuff. Nothing supports Cashout at this time. On top of that, we use a bot called PideaBot. It looks like it's a dead project. I've tried to reach out to developers. I'm in their Discord. It's a total ghost town. So I don't think that bot's getting an update ever again. Yeah.
Currently doing some research because I've been using it. TourneyBot is live, is active. Discord's very active. Devs are constantly looking into features they're adding. Highly recommend it. Free version is solid. It's missing some features, but it definitely gets things across. Like Sam said, the big issue is, Cashout, but Final Round works great on that thing. And it also has a really good Discord integration. So if you can get around some of that stuff, it helps in other areas. And it's also really cheap, and it supports like up to 128 teams, which is really cool. So
yeah, it's pretty sweet. So Cody, any final thoughts on Cashout Crashout 2, the cashioning, before we move on?
Shout out Dojo of Foul.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I guess we should hit on real quick some of the highlights of like what actually happened in the tournament, not just all the logistics. As Cody mentioned, Dojo of Foul was a team that came in. We watched one match during group play, and they did wind up progressing to bracket play. And it turned out that team was triple melee, 2 heavies on sledge, 1 on sword, I think. I don't think they had a spear. So I think it was 2 sledge, 1 sword, right? Okay. They gave the team that came in second a run for their money. Team Jubixis, which was a team that we saw sign up, really good people, but they are all Ruby. We expected them to be one of the top contenders. Dojo Foul took them to map 3. Which Dojo Foul, by the way, could not find any of them on the leaderboard. So they are like plat 4 and below, if not even less. So really impressive. Does go to show that going off meta, you could probably surprise people because they're not prepared for that situation. And it was super, super entertaining to watch. Team Diff winded up picking Kyoto against them and then tried to stall them for solid 15 minutes, which was very interesting and BM to watch, but it was funny to watch like somebody actually pick the map because we hold this captain's call before the tournament. And this is where we do like map bans and things like that for the group stage. And somebody asked, they were like, the community hates Kyoto as a whole. It's banned in other like organizations. Like, why are you guys not banning it off the rip? Because now a team's having to burn their ban. And I replied with, well, what if there's a team that doesn't want to burn their ban and they do actually pick the map to like counter pick everybody? And we saw that happen. It happened during our final round bracket. And I was absolutely ecstatic because it reminds me of like Counter-Strike days when people would be like, oh, we ban every map except like Mirage and Dust 2, and that's all I ever play. I've never played Ancient in my life. And then you have that one team show up that only play Ancient because they know nobody else plays it. It's literally free wins. I was like, I'd be curious to see if somebody does this with Kyoto, and sure enough, it happened. And it was freaking hilarious to watch happen. So yeah, shout out Dojo Foul. Shout out everybody who played in our event. Vladi Gang ended up winning the entire event. The entire VOD is on our YouTube. It's 5 hours long. If you're looking for some mediocre casting out of me, but some entertaining
give yourself
games.
some credit.
But some entertaining games, go check it out. It's on the channel. So
moving into the next topic, which is still tournament related, just a way bigger tournament. The Stockholm Major format was officially announced as of, when was this update?
Thursday.
It was last Thursday? Yeah.
Yep.
We now know the whole format, all the dates, and literally everything that's going into this tournament, and it's quite exciting. I haven't had too much of a chance to really like get into the specifics of everything, but to just break it down real quick, I know it's going to be final round entirely for qualifiers, right?
Yeah.
Best of 3. Mm-hmm. And then only 16 teams are going to advance per region, right?
Yep.
Total advancing, yeah.
Yeah, so the way that this works is open qualifiers. There's 2 start dates, and this is on the finals patch notes, like website, like the same place that they always post their patch notes. There's 2 start dates, August 30th and September 6th. There's 2 open qualifiers. You are allowed to play in both. The mode is best of 3 final rounds. So you're going to be up against a team, and it's best of 3. There's going to be 8 teams that qualify per region per qualifier. So if you play on August 30th and your team gets knocked out, you can go and play September 6th and have another shot at being one of the 8 teams from that session that qualify per region. Okay? Total of 16 teams per region after open qualifiers. And then finally, there is actually no mention of APAC for open qualifiers. So keep in mind, this is all NA and EU. Now, when we jump to closed qualifiers, we do start to hear a little bit about APAC, and we'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, I'm really excited to like see this in action. I hope we can like maybe like pseudo watch party this, because it won't be broadcasted by Embark or anything. I'm hoping there's people that we know that are going to play that maybe can let us like backseat it. They can just stream like their Discord to us or something so we could watch, or maybe they stream it just on Twitch like Busy and those guys. But I'm pretty excited to see that this is finally happening. Yeah. Moving on, after that is closed qualifiers, once again for North America and EU. First off is actually APAC is running its own system hosted by Nexon and Tencent. It's completely separate from Embark. I think it's following a totally different format or something. There's like quite literally no information about APAC. It just says that, and that's kind of it.
We don't even have a date for this, right?
No, there's no date, which I thought was interesting. It looks like it's missing. I wrote down all this like just before we started recording, but if you go in game into the esports menu, the dates I think are there. So interesting that I think they just accidentally omitted it from their website. But if you go in game, like I said, you can go to the esports menu and you'll see that they also have a 10-minute video that covers all this as well. And also Artie IRL, who's a friend of ours and is been a caster with PHL in the finals for basically since the beginning. He put out a great video about this entire format, which you'll hear why that's important in a minute. But closed qualifier is going to work like this. It's going to have a hybrid elimination, which is going to be a mixture of cash out and final rounds. So we're going to be kind of getting back into that PHL format slightly. There's 7 teams from NA that qualify, 6 teams from EU, and 3 from APAC. And I was in the community stream where Oscar was talking about a lot of this because people were asking, why does NA get one more seat than EU? They're just going off of player-based like metrics. They apparently have a ridiculous amount of data on like how many players are in each region, how many people are, I think like certain ranks and ranked play, things like that. And they've also taken in stats from like PHL even, and Ruby. I don't know about Ruby Grind or Ape Squad, but it sounds like they've taken in a lot of accounting for community tournaments as well to help gauge these numbers. And they've decided, like I said, 7 from NA, 6 from EU, 3 from APAC. This also, one thing that's not mentioned on the website is that this will be broadcasted. So we will be watch partying close qualifiers. So if you're excited to jump on and learn more about this, like we will be, come check out our streams. We will be watch partying these once we have the information on the broadcast schedule and things like that. And then finally, we move on to the major. So day one at the major is a group stage. It's going to be a mixture of cash out and final round at the group stage, which was surprising to me. I thought the group stage was going to be cash out and then we go to final round, kind of like what we're used to with a lot of things. But no, it's actually this hybrid mode. And this is where I was saying you should go watch RD's video because it's going to make way more sense than me trying to explain it. He covers it super well and easily. So go check that out. All you all do need to know is that 8 teams survived to day 2. And then finally, day 2, cash out and final round. Again, similar format to isolate down to 4 teams. And then finally, those 4 teams are going to play in this quote from the website. It says, the finals is the ultimate challenge for the top teams, focusing on consistency. These teams will first compete in a cash out match, with the top 2 teams advancing to a best of 2 final round. Each match win in the final round earns 1 point. After each final round, all 4 teams return to the next cash out match and the cycle repeats. The first team to reach 5 points will be crowned the Grand Major champion. So it's pretty cool. This is not at all what I thought the format was going to be, but I think it's pretty cool. So basically what happens is you play a cash out game. Immediately they take the top 2 teams from that cash out game and they say, hey, you're playing 2 final round games. Based on your placements there, you earn a point. If you get first place in either one of those, you get a point. And then you go back to cash out again with the 2 teams that didn't qualify for the final round the first time. And you repeat that until one team has 5 points. Once that happens, they win the whole thing.
Yeah, I was going to say this is actually really cool because you're going to have a point where realistically there might be like 2 teams at like 4 points. Yep. And one of them gets cut out of the top 2 and now they're facing some random team. And then they lose, and you're like, oh, it's just constant. Like, I hope it's that way. I hope it's just not one team is just stomping. I hope that the format works. It'll be fun.
I think it's going to be super competitive. I really just, with how PHL has been this season, it seems like every single team in the grand final of anything seemed to go to the final cash out of the final second of the final round of the finals. I have the feeling we're going to experience that at the major. I think there's not going to be any slam opportunity that happens at this final day. I think it's going to be super close. I wouldn't be surprised if we literally go to the final map entirely of the entire event. So yeah, I'm super hyped and super hyped that we're going to be there in person to watch it. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, this really is the tourney episode because I know that a lot of people that watch the pod are, very close fans, so I'm willing to talk about it here, but you guys gotta keep it quiet. You guys, shh, you gotta keep it quiet, okay? It's our little secret. Our next community tourney is going to be Power Shift, as many have asked, and it will be, hopefully, I've reached out to some people. Funny enough, I don't think I told Sam this, but I did find Voice Critical's business email.
Oh, yeah.
And I threw a shot in the dark, so he'll for sure be there. Guaranteed.
Well, that's gotten us this far to just shoot
right. Yeah, we just
keep
we just vibe super hard in the emails and it works, I promise. But yeah, it's gonna be Power Shift. It's gonna try to be like a community / creator tourney. I'm trying to do best of both worlds. Not a ton of each side is gonna be in it. It's gonna be pretty low amount of teams. I'm trying to shoot for about 8 to 12, and then if it really, really gets there, maybe 16, but I doubt it. It will really most likely be 12. So I'm going to try to get a couple teams of creators, and then everyone else will be community. I'm not going to advertise this one. Not doing that. Just because I do want it to be like actual people that want to vibe and have a good time. And I feel like if I advertise it, it's going to be different. But yeah, there's going to be more information soon. it'll probably drop registration within the next week or two. So just stay tuned in our Discord for that. But yeah, power shift. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. Going to try to take some weight off of both of our shoulders and get some casters in. And we can just maybe watch our own event. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Actually get to enjoy our event.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving into one more thing is the event coming soon. I think they posted it on TikTok, on Instagram, pretty much like all social medias, and I'm not too sure what that is. It's like there's like some kaiju looking. Sam said it was like a hammerhead shark, which kind of makes sense too. I really have no clue what that could be because this is kind of like a first, like they've never done something like this. So
Yeah.
I know. I feel like real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you one more time. I know people want to hear me talk. They've been talking about it in Discord, so I'm gonna keep talking. Sorry, I see you smirking, and it's funny. No, genuinely though, I remember. I think back in season 1, people said that you used to be able to see something right in the water in Monaco. So this is like a long running bit.
Yeah, I think.
Right? I swear
really
I
don't even
remember.
know.
No, I swear I remember like back in the day, during season 1. Like people talked about like a Monaco like sea monster, like it was like the Loch Ness monster, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do remember hearing that. And then at the beginning of this season, I think there was some way to see this creature, whatever you want to call it, appear. People like free cammed out of the map, and you could like see it from a distance. It didn't really do anything. I think I don't remember. But it's been this ongoing like Easter egg / mystery thing of like, is this meant to be here? What is happening? And yeah, I saw this and I retweeted it and I said, I have no idea what this is, but I'm excited for it. And it's gotten quite a few likes. So also people have no idea what the hell's going on. But
I'm trying to look this up and I can't find anything about it. Am I like tweaking? Please, someone in the comments tell me like, oh yeah, I played season 1 and I remember this, because I can't find anything. I swear I'm not making this up. I swear.
Yeah. Interestingly, like I'm even in our lore talk channel on Discord right now, just trying to scroll real quick, and I see nothing about it. So I do remember the beginning of season 7 at least. There was a way to see this creature. They were a shark looking thing, and people were like, what is that? And nobody knew from there on, and it kind of just dropped off the face of the earth and was never mentioned again. So yeah. But yeah, I see nothing about it in lore talk, at least for the last couple months. So
I'm surprised. One more thing is ProHubs Championship predictions. Before we get into this Saturday, EU and NA, come watch. It'll be a good time.
Yeah,
I promise.
Yeah, this is the final pinnacle of ProHubs season 1. It is on Saturday, kicking off at 1 p.m. Eastern. EU versus NA, battling it out. And one thing that I will mention that Cody and I have briefly talked about is we may or may not have some multi-bucks to give away, courtesy of Embark, as a thank you for us joining the creator program. So we'll be giving those out. So if you want $5 and multi-bucks potentially, come join the stream.
And we're not going to tell you when we're giving them out, so you have to sit through all 5 hours of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to run a command, and you're going to have to join in the queue.
And it's going to be a super secret keyword that you can
lose.
It's only a super secret keyword that will be at the end of this video. So if you're here now, we actually should have said this probably in the beginning, and we'd be like, oh, it's randomly in the pod, so we force people to watch it. But it might be at the end of this pod. Did you say it?
No.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Did he say it? I don't know.
We still got about 20 minutes that we got to riff off of, so who knows?
I don't even know if he said it. I genuinely didn't hear him.
I might have a free slip at some point.
I don't even know. I didn't even hear him say it.
But yeah, we do have 3 codes. We're going to give away 2, I think, on stream, and then 1 in Discord. I think that's what we decided on. So yeah, if you want $5 and multi-bucks, or it's shot at $5 and multi-bucks, let me rephrase that. Come join up. Valid where allowed. I don't know all the keywords I'm probably supposed to say to like legally not get in trouble, I guess. But
oh my god, it's fine.
make sure you're of age and read the terms and conditions.
Oh my god, who cares? It's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fine. You'll be fine. I will let everyone know that this last 20 minutes is going to be real good because we're running out of topics, so we're going to have to yap. It's going to be real good. The hands are coming out. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Let's do our championship prediction real quick. Just say who you want to win and who you think will be like in the top two. Just real quick because I want to yap for the rest. I want to have a good time for the rest.
Okay, top two.
We never yap anymore.
The real top two? Okay, the real top two, I think, is Aimers. And I'm going with
Fourth
my boys
body
at
cash
Nightmare.
box, the biggest upset of the century.
No. I'm going with my boys at Nightmare. The reason why I said the top two was important because who do I want to win is still fourth party cash box. They, I believe, make the Make-A-Wish run.
I guess do that.
0.
So do top two and then who you think will actually.
Okay, so top two, I think it's Aimers. I think they just, especially after the Atelco Cup this weekend, I think that they are the dominant team in EU. I think it is kind of no question now. They beat Pulsar. They really kind of went uncontested during EU playoffs. I think they continue to run. I'll be curious to see if they get matched up against NA, how those shake out, because season 0, EU got knocked out pretty early entirely, and it became basically an NA tournament. I'm curious if Aimers are going to be able to keep the ball running during this event. So I'm betting that they make it. And then I'm betting that they go up against Nightmare. I just can't turn my back on Uni, bro. He is too good on light. The rest of the boys on that team are just so good. They seem really consistent. The comms, every time I watch any of their streams, the comms are just there. I don't know. I think those are the top two. I think it's a toss-up on who wins the whole thing. I really think still maybe NA, but I've been saying that EU, I think, with their gadget usage and stuff this season, look a bit stronger. I don't think they're like deathballing as hard as NA, and I think that they are really taking their time with things. So I'm curious to see how that kind of play stacks up, I guess, against the more dive ball, aggressive play on an NA. And then the team that I do want to make it all the way is, of course, fourth party Cashbox. They had an absolute miracle run that we really didn't even get to watch, but they upset Envy and knocked them out in lower bracket during playoffs. We quite literally freaked out on stream when we saw that happen because we were just kind of waiting. I think they were in between matches at the time. And yeah, Envy got sent packing by Brutal Logic and the boys. So I want to see them make the run again. It really reminds me of season 0 Make-A-Wish. I think there's a non-zero chance that they at least make a run. Do I think they win the event? No. But I think they at least make a really good run that makes me confident for the major and also makes me confident for, potentially season 2 of PHL if that's happening, which I would assume it is. But yeah, those are my picks.
Yeah, I think those are super solid picks. I'll be honest. I know I told you to do top 2, but I'm going to say my top 4 real quick because there's method to my madness.
Top 4.
So I think, I think Team Ed and Aimers are going to be there. And I think if Team Ed isn't up there, I think it'll be Alliance. I really like Nightmare, but I just can't see a place where they beat Aimers or Alliance. I really can't. I'll be honest, and I don't think they can really beat Team Ed. I love Nightmare. They're really great players. They're honestly have been so fun to watch. But realistically, I think Team Ed is NA's only hope because of how good Aimers and Alliance is. With that, I think I'm hoping for Team Ed to win just because I've loved them. It's kind of like the easy pick. But in my heart and muscle, if fourth party Cashbox even got to like top 5, I'm pogging. I'm pogging.
I'm putting the jersey on.
I love them, and I'm knocking on wood for them. I don't think they're going to make it past the top 4 teams. They're I just don't think they've had enough time with their player. Like, I do think they're capable players. I just don't think they've had enough time as a full team to really pull off like what they need to do to beat like people like Team Ed or Aimers. Like those are literally the best of the best. Those teams are uncontested the whole Pro Hub season. Like there's a lot riding on that, and I don't think there's enough there. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're scrimming their little hearts out and they're they're gonna come out as a new team. I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, they're definitely scrimming. I mean, it's been a little bit since I've tuned in to like Envy and those guys on Twitch. But when I did, I saw them scrimming against fourth parties. So I do think that they are putting the time in. And kind of like I said earlier, I think kind of no matter the outcome, I feel that they should feel confident. They had somebody play at for the first time with them for playoffs, besides like probably scrims and stuff ahead of time, but for playoffs, and then they performed the way they did. Like, they should feel super confident, even no matter how they do. I mean, they made a run from like 11th to 6th and managed to qualify for champs. They weren't even supposed to be here this weekend. Like, they were supposed to be done watching it on Twitch, not even playing.
They got in literally by like the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. And I mean, it is because they made kind of the generational run in the lower bracket. So,
and I'm so upset we didn't even see it.
I know.
If I like, no offense to the ProHub producers, but if I saw even like fourth party Cashbox get a single game on Envy, I would have been like, pivot it over right now.
Yeah,
put them on the stream.
Well, they had the finals. Italia, I think the Italian stream, I want to say, was streaming some of the lower bracket games, if not all of them. But I don't think they streamed the fourth party Envy game. But yeah, it was crazy to watch that.
No, it really is a rule that you kind of never really like watch losers unless the last like game. So
yeah,
it's, to be fair, it's valid. It's how you run tournaments. Go ahead.
Before we move on, what are your predictions for Envy? I'm curious what your thoughts are
for Envy. Where I think they're gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, so they are the 6th best team overall, and then the 3rd best NA team. So, I mean, it's really I mean, I don't know. Like, the thing is like, they're really good, but like, also they lost the fourth party Cashbox. So what does that mean? What does that mean?
Go ahead.
I
was gonna say, I wonder if they make an early exit again, because this happened in season 0 playoffs. I think they kind of had a surprising exit. We thought that they would go the distance, and they didn't. I don't remember where they got knocked out, but I felt like kind of early. And then Champs was the same way, maybe. Did they get knocked out in No. They played in finals against After Hours, right? Am I wrong about that?
I think so. I think you're right. I honestly don't remember like too much of season 0, but that sounds familiar. Yeah. It's just because the teams have changed so much. It's like hard to remember.
Yeah, I might have this wrong. Or right. I don't know.
I think you're right. No.
I think they played After Hours, but I think you're right. Yeah, they played After Hours in the grand final, but they had to make like a long lower bracket run. They got sent down early and had to make quite the run. So I'm curious to see how they play for this event. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see a bit of an early exit out of the boys. I hope not. I like the people over at Envy.
No, they're great players. I mean, honestly, so many of these teams are filled with genuinely incredible players, incredible people. It's just like, man, some of these top teams like are a different breed, dude. Like, you don't understand. Yeah. I don't know what they have Team Ed chugging over there. I don't know what they got in their water, but
those dudes.
But I need me some of it.
Yeah, those guys are freaking animals. I mean, Lamp is disgusting on heavy. I mean, they all of them, Normalized, Grad, and Lamp play amazing, but I think Lamp really is the difference maker on that team in a lot of situations. Maybe I'm a little biased because I've been playing a lot of heavy, but I mean...
No, I mean, I think you're actually right. I mean, we're in the yapping part of the podcast, and it's like, I genuinely think right now, the heavy is probably the first difference maker, and I would probably say next after that is technically medium, but light could almost beat them. Like, they're kind of like neck and neck right now. But heavy absolutely is the difference maker. If you have a really good heavy on your team that like makes plays and really just creates space and grabs attention, it is unmatched. I promise you, this season of the game is Battle of the Heavies. And everybody else is just trying to keep their heavy alive.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Not to leak what I've been working on, but some people know I've been working on a controller video. I've been learning controller, or I learned controller, I should say, because the video is almost done editing. But I found I played ranked on the last day, and I did well. And I want to say it wasn't because I was playing on controller or because I had good aim or anything. I think I made a lot of plays on heavy that secured RS for me. And I think it was very apparent. Like in most of the lobbies, I was in team fights, I was at least diffing the other heavy. We would lose some fights, especially in final round. But I found that I was getting valuable picks or punishing their heavy for like throwing winch too early or trying to go for a steal and not having the util to make it happen, things like that. And so, to Cody's point, I think heavy really is the difference maker this season and whether a team is successful or not, both in final round and in cash out. And then I would actually disagree on the medium. I think the light is the second piece if you're talking about team fights. I think the team fight is what it comes down to. For championships, we're watching final round, so I think it all is the team fight at that point. Cash out's a little different story, but final round, I think the team fight is the most important part. And I think light, with its glitch usage and also H plus usage, as long as they can stay alive and keep the team alive, I think that they also have the job of keeping the team in the fight to win it. And then medium is basically just don't die. Just kite, stay alive, defib, get your team revived, things like that.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's why I kind of said they're kind of neck and neck, is because, like, as a medium, your job genuinely is to not die. So that's why I said, the light can die. And that's why I think I put them slightly under the medium. Is like, as a medium, if you die, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Like, if the heavy dies and then you die, it's actually over. But if, like, say the light dies and the medium's still up, it's okay. That's why I'm like, I think the medium is just slightly above the light. Not by much, but just a little bit. Just because of how, and it's only because of defib. I'll be 100% honest with you. It really is just defib. It's how strong defib is.
Yeah, if the medium dies and doesn't take the other medium with them, it's the fight's cooked. I mean, if it takes a heavy or a light down, they're going to get the defib up, and it's going to instantly be a 3v2 instead of a 2v2. So, yeah, I do agree, actually, I guess. Medium, it's funny because medium just doesn't have to do anything but just not die. Just be ready for a defib, be in a spot where you can safely get the defib and protect
or dematting the team, yeah. Yeah, it's literally it. I mean,
yeah.
It's all, which actually I kind of like. Can I say that real quick? I actually kind of like that medium's job, and I want them to play this into the future, is that I like that medium is not more about like, and I feel like we're seeing emerging class, like actual class play here, because I feel like before you can kind of get away with running whatever and like doing whatever and playing however you wanted to, which is a good thing. But I think to an extent, like in a class-based game, there has to be some sort of like conforming. And heavy, right? I hate that my dogs are barking right now. I'm so upset. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, I feel like they're still gonna be barking. Anyways, it's a good thing that there's like actual like class play being, shown, because you have, right, the heavy is constantly defending, playing defensive, but also making plays, which is what a heavy should do, right? They're securing, they're gathering space, they're taking space, they're getting picks, they're making plays, right? The light is supporting the team in a offensive way. And then the medium is augmenting the battlefield. And I like that a lot. And I want them to continue doing it. Like, imagine if medium, like their whole shtick is being able to augment the arena, right? In ways that will support the team in a kind of like ambiguous way. I like that. They're just kind of, that's their thing, is they're augmenting the battlefield, but in an ambiguous way. Light is always offensive. So, for example, glitch, right? You can make a play off that. You have gateway, literally teleporting the team. Very offensive. All that stuff. H+, a quick offensive heal. Heavy, dome shield, bunker down. Like, I don't know. Just to me, I really like the way that the game's starting to like come out. It's like you can play heavy with a flamethrower and winch and just be annoying, but like it is technically defensive play. Like you're a tower that someone doesn't want to go near you. You're scary. That is your job, to be scary.
Yep. I on this topic slightly, I guess, I was thinking about earlier today why winch is so apparent this season in the pro league and now in ranked. It seems like, I mean, I see winch everywhere. Of course, I'm running winch 24/7. All of the pros are running winch. And I'm curious your thoughts, but I came to the conclusion earlier today, just on my own, that I think winch is so prevalent because of the heal meta. because of the H plus. I think the fact that you can winch somebody and have your team blow them up before the H plus actually hits is the difference maker in that fight.
I think you're right. I think that's actually a good point. But I think it's because of like now that we're seeing so much pro play, it's probably because of defib too, right? You snatch them away from their team. How's the medium going to get to you when you're sitting there on top of their body? It's way harder.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably both. Like absolutely, it's not just one, but I think it's both. It's the defib being as strong as it is and being able to winch a team away and forcing them to jump on you to even make a play. It's all of that, I think.
Yeah. So the reason why I was thinking about this earlier was I was actually thinking like, why is Mesh Shield pretty much not viable right now? And my original answer would have been Glitch Grenade is just too good. But the more that I really like thought about it today, I don't know why. I was at the gym, I think, and this is
wait, hold on. Does winch go through mesh wall?
Yeah.
If they change that, I think it would be equal very quickly.
Probably. Because I mean, that's the thing, is it can basically secure a kill almost for free. I mean, people are calling it the win button. As a heavy player, I could probably agree to an extent. I mean, you hook a medium or a light and people aren't really ready to support that. I mean, you definitely blow up that person instantly, and now it's a 3v2 and you're pretty much full health. I mean, you barely take any damage when you're winching people anyways from returning fire. So, yeah, I think just with the heal meta currently, the fact that you can pretty much confirm an elimination off rip at the beginning of a fight and flip it to a 3v2 almost instantly. I feel like that's why winch is so oppressive right now. But
yeah,
anyways, random tangent.
I think you nailed it on the head, honestly. I don't know. I hope they kind of keep the same like philosophy going. This actually goes into another thing we were going to talk about, which is like season 8 predictions real quick. We don't have like a ton of time left, but we can talk about it for the next like 3 minutes. We talked about it a little bit. We were like, do we want them to add more weapons? Like, yeah, maybe, but we would want something to be different. Like, we don't want more assault rifles or SMGs. I don't want heavy to get an SMG or medium to get an SMG and like light to get an LMG or something. Like, no, I want something that's genuinely different. Like, I don't know what that is, but give me something that's genuinely different, something that's unique, maybe not a real gun. Like, I don't know, just something kind of cool. With that, though, we kind of all agreed on a specialization, right? I mean, I think it's time. I think season 8, like, we can get a specialization in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going off of just, like, what we've gotten from the last 2 seasons, we have not received a specialization. We received 3 new weapons in Season 6, 3 new gadgets in Season 7, and a new map. And so, I mean, what does that leave you? I mean, I think it only leaves you a specialization, right? So my prediction is 3 specializations. I have no idea what the heck they could be, to be honest with you. I mean, we sat there for a good probably 20 minutes talking about this before the pod started, and I had 0 ideas. I genuinely don't know what you add. So that has me excited if that happens. But go ahead.
I agree. Like, I don't know what they get at either, but Winch and DMAT weren't in the game before, right? Am I crazy, or is it just DMAT? I can't remember.
No, Winch and DMAT got added.
Right? Winch also got added later?
Yeah, I forget what season. It might have been 4 or 5.
Okay.
Because it was really broken.
Light's the only one that hasn't gotten one. But in general, I mean, each class, I think, has 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I feel like my brain...
4, there's 4 on heavy.
What is the...
Winch, Goo Gun, Mesh Shield.
Gotcha.
Wait, what's the 4th one?
Charge and Slam. I always forget about
Charge and Slam
for some reason. And it's just because not a lot of people run it.
You
just don't think about it because it's like, it's so just like, it's just some dude yelling. Like, you don't really think about it. Yeah, it's just kind of goofy. But with that, though, I mean, I'd be totally down for heavy to have 5 specializations. I don't care. Sure. Give everybody a new specialization. It sounds fun. Let's do it.
I think heavy... I said this earlier. I think heavy
Dome becomes
needs a method.
They get rid of Dome
glitch.
and they put it on a specialization.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think Dome is that strong.
I don't think so either, but if they buffed it a little bit,
for it
I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be interesting.
It could be cool. I mean, the question is why pick it over Mesh Shield at that point?
Well, no, I'm saying rework Mesh Shield into Dome.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just kind of creating content right now.
Yeah. I think Heavy needs some sort of glitch.
Wait, can I say the thing that I've been wanting them to do?
Sure.
Okay, Oscar, I know you're listening. I know. You don't have to tell me. I already know. It's cool. So with that, let's just skip all this, the BS. Can you make Gravity Vortex or Cube? I don't remember what it's called because no one uses it and it's cringe. Can you make it stick to any surface and then whatever angle it's on? So let's say, you throw it on the ceiling, it's going to point gravity down. It's going to push gravity down. If it's on a wall, it's going to push gravity to the left or right or whatever direction. I want that. You know how fun that'd be? You'd actually have like a really cool movement option on Heavy, and it would also be really cool because imagine, right? Like you have a light and you just set up like a gravity field, and they can't get up to you.
Oh my god!
Just stuck on the floor.
Oh my god! I have an idea. I have an idea to play.
I literally saw the light in your eyes. Go ahead.
I have an idea.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So what if we made something called like Gate Split, and it had portals, and you could shoot one portal into one wall and one portal into the other and teleport in the way that you were talking to give like movement. And they call it Gate Split. They could even call it Gate Split 2 if they wanted.
What are you?
And then when they release
bit.
it,
I actually hate this bit. This is such a stupid bit.
And then they release it, and then they take it back to a beta build of the game later.
What was the point of this bit? You literally signed me up. I thought you had a really cool idea. You do some dumb stuff like that. What was that?
Dude. Because I don't know, it just popped about. I mean, like a portal gun could be cool to me.
No, I hate you.
I mean, the market's free at the moment.
Okay, what if they add the ice element to the finals, and when you throw it down, it makes people slide? Okay, wait, no. Can I go back to my idea real quick? Okay, so the cool thing with Gravity Vortex, right? Because it angles and it pushes gravity in any direction. Imagine, right? You throw down a goo wall. You go to do an angled pad. You throw down the Gravity Vortex, add an angle, and then you goo pad like stupid. It's crazy. That's it. That's it. I think that's just a cool interaction. And then you could shove gravity down and stuff.
Breaking news potentially.
Wait. There's breaking news.
Breaking whole news apparently.
What is it? Wait, you're scaring me. What is going on, Sam? What's the breaking news? We're over time.
I don't know. People in Discord are saying another Moist video.
What?
But
another Moist video?
To the channel and I don't see it, so it must be his gaming channel, which I don't know what it is.
What?
Hold.
What? I actually lied, by the way.
I can't find it.
Is he at 17 million? He's at 17 million.
Another finals video on the gaming channel. It says, I'm addicted to the finals. 2 hours ago, 12K views.
Whoa.
So, breaking news. The finals, yet again, proving to be the best FPS on the market.
True.
Everybody's sleep. Wait, he has 3 finals videos on this channel.
What can I say?
He's got the finals is underrated. Then he has I really like the finals, both of which have over 100,000 views. The first one almost 200,000, and then this new one 2 hours ago is 12,000 views. Bro,
y'all wait.
This game's gonna be #1 on Steam soon. Give Battlefield 6 1 month after release, so people get tired of it, and then the finals is gonna blow up right before the major.
All right, that's my prediction. I'm going on the channel. I'm gonna comment, be like, hey, Charlie. No, I'm gonna be like, we sent you an email, dude. You should join our tourney. It'll be super cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of yapping. I think we're at time. We fulfilled our hour duty. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. It was definitely a lot, especially about tournaments, but hopefully you learned something. If you are hosting an event and want some help or need some help or whatever, hit us up. We're always available. We'll see what we can do for you. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, make sure I think you can like it or something and follow. I don't know how Spotify works for podcasts, but something like that. Anyways, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you around the arena.